Disney stands for everything sweet and innocent. Or does it? Today, we're looking at 10 Disney star scandals. And trust us, they get naughty. 10. Lalaine Vergara Paris used to be a big runner on Lizzie McGuire, where she was well known as playing Miranda. She moved on from the series to creating a music career and then just sort of vanished. And why was that, do you think? It turns out that she had been charged with the possession of methamphetamine. For those not in the know, that's crystal meth. She was missing all those years because she was in a court-mandated drug treatment program. And bear in mind, this is only number 10 on our list. You won't believe the level of crazy that starts happening from the midway point. Stick around to see. 9. Orlando Brown was the main character in That's So Raven, where he starred as Eddie Thomas. What brought this seemingly bright star into the wrong spotlight? Drugs and DUIs. It seems to be a problem and an escalating one. He was arrested with 9 grams of marijuana in his possession in 2007, and then landed a DUI a few years later. Third strike was really the kicker, because he refused to complete the conditions of his probation and continued to stay on the wrong side of the law, eventually landing himself 180 days in jail. He seems to be on the straight and narrow now, though. 8. Lindsay Lohan is one of the most well-known on this countdown, both in name and in scandals. And we have some moments for you today. Starting out in The Parent Trap, she made a multi-year career out of working with Disney. She was a queen among the channel, right up until she landed in jail with a cocaine possession charge in 2007. That was just the start of her troubles, as she managed to fail 3 stints in rehab and got nabbed for DUIs twice. To this day, her career and her addiction problems continue. She's one star that has unfortunately lost all of her shine. Even Oprah couldn't get through to her. Worse, she's not even stopped for her baby, drinking and smoking while pregnant. This really is one sad story. 7. Some people forget that Justin Timberlake got his start on the Mickey Mouse Club, especially considering the brand of music and the lifestyle he lives nowadays. But this former Mouseketeer made big waves recently when he tore Janet Jackson's outfit at the Super Bowl live on national television and exposed her breast to the entire audience. He claims that it was an accident, but there's been a lot of back and forth about the truth to that statement. Accident, publicity stunt, or just Justin trying to get a peek, either way, it's something that's still being talked about. If this had been done in the #MeToo time, we think he would be in a lot of trouble. 6. Originally being known as the titular main character from High School Musical, Zac Efron's entire persona seemed to crash down on him in 2013, when he ended up in rehab in an attempt to beat what he called a long-standing cocaine addiction. Not even a year later, he was attacked in Skid Row and suffered a punch to the face. He at least seems to have gotten a handle on himself these days, and has even returned to filming movies, albeit not the Disney kind, full-time again. Good on you, Zac! And when he looks like this, it's hard to tell that anything ever happened. 5. Another Disney star who got her big break in High School Musical, Vanessa Hudgens' scandal doesn't have anything to do with drugs, drinking, or driving. Thank God, right? There's been a pretty solid trend up to this point. Instead, it revolves around a set of leaked nude photos that nearly tanked her career. This happened back in 2007. You would think that would teach her about letting people snap nude shots, but it happened a second time in 2009, this time with a set of selfies that she took herself. As you can imagine, it ended with a lot of mortifying interviews and a plea from the actress to stop spreading the shots online. Last we heard, that hadn't happened. In fact, there's speculation that there might be more photos leaked in the future. 4. Miley Cyrus has come a long way since her days as Hannah Montana, but back when she was first trying to make a clean break from the Disney-crafted persona, she went through some real rebellious and scandalous motions. The MTV stunt she pulled with Robin Thicke was just the start of it. She later simulated masturbation on her tour performances, which had mothers all over the nation throwing up arms. They didn't want to see this star step into the sexual limelight and counted it as a scandal and a personal affront against themselves and their children. And that's still not as weird as the behavior in our number 2 and top spot. 3. Demi Lovato had a relatively recent scandal. See, in 2010, she made headlines for punching a backup dancer named Alex Welch. This happened on a plane while on the Camp Rock 2 performance tour with the Jonas Brothers. This led to Demi Lovato checking into a treatment center for substance abuse, making it a double whammy for the singer-actress in ways of scandal. Supposedly, she punched the backup dancer, then sat down and went to sleep for the rest of the flight. Talk about a wild transport, right? 2. Not many people remember that Shia LaBeouf got his start on Disney's Even Stevens, at least not until scandals come up. Like when he showed up wearing a bag on his head reading, "I am not famous anymore," to the Cannes Film Festival in 2014. Or more recently, when FKA Twigs has come out and stated that she was severely mistreated by the man during their, albeit brief, year-long relationship with each other, which was almost immediately followed by LaBeouf entering himself into rehab for an alcohol addiction and for psychological problems. Scandal or not, we're just grateful that he's finally starting to seek out help for the problems he's having. It is also ridiculously sweet that he thanked the cop who arrested him for changing his life and contributing to the turnaround.
So, I want to thank the police officer who arrested me in Georgia for changing my life.
1. Yet another former Disney star that ended up hitting the alcohol heavier than they should, Mitchell Musso found himself charged with 2 counts of drunk driving in 2011 and ended up having to take 36 months of informal probation, several alcohol education classes, and paying a very hefty fine. It seems as though the one scandal was enough for him, however, as he's not made it back into anyone's big list of failing actors since then. We suppose sometimes it really is just a lesson you need to learn on your own, and he did. There you have it, another crazy top 10. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, please remember to like, share, and subscribe.